Hi, I'm Jenny. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use your Cricut machine to make these faux leather earrings, just like the ones I have on. In this video, I'll be showing you how to design the earrings in Design Space, including the iron-on, how to cut the faux leather with your machine, and how to use an easy press to press on the iron-on. For this project, you'll need a Cricut machine. I'm using a Cricut Maker, but you can also use a Cricut Explorer Air 2. You'll also need Cricut Foil Iron-On in gold, Cricut Faux Pebbled Leather, a standard grip mat, and a Cricut Mini Easy Press. You can use another size of Easy Press, but I love this little one. You'll also need fish hook earrings. I'm using gold, but you can use your preferred metal, and 6mm jump rings. You'll also need some needle nose pliers and a hole punch for the top of the earring. Now let's get started. I'll show you how to make the earrings in Cricut Design Space. Open Cricut Design Space. I'm using Cricut Design Space for a desktop computer. On the left-hand side, click on Images. In the search bar, search teardrop, all one word. This is the image we're going to be using today. Remember, if you're not a Cricut Access member, there may be a small fee to use this image. You can always upload your own SVGs in Cricut Design Space. Click on Insert Images. Let's resize this to make it earring size. Click on the little lock to unlock the proportions. And the width, put 1.5 inches, and the height, 2.5 inches. Now let's flip this around. Click on Flip, and flip vertical. Now we have one earring. Right-click and hit Copy, and then right-click and hit Paste. Now we have two earrings. Now I'll show you a way that I like to make iron-on accents for the earrings. Click on Shapes, and then select a diamond. Take your diamond and put it about a fourth of the way down. Align it by centering it horizontally. With both selected, click on the Slice button in the bottom right-hand corner and slice. Now I'm going to get rid of these pieces because I don't want them, but this is going to be my iron-on piece. So I'm going to right-click and delete, delete, and delete. And I'm going to change the color of this to match my iron-on. Now there isn't exactly a gold, so we'll just kind of make it a goldish color. Now I have an iron-on accent piece. I'm going to select both, right-click, copy, and then paste. Now let's make some more iron-on accents. Over here, I'm going to take one of the earrings, select Copy, Paste, and I'm going to get the shape on the left, and let's insert a square. Now up here, using this circle, we're going to rotate the square and put it over our earring. I want it to cover about half, so probably about there. This is totally up to you where you want your design to be. That looks about right, so I'm going to select both. In the bottom right-hand corner, select Slice. And then delete the pieces you don't want. So right-click, hit Delete. This is going to be my iron-on accent, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to select both of these and click Delete. Now let's change that to make it the same color as our other one. And let's paste an earring back in. We're going to copy, paste. We can rearrange the layers by selecting it, and up here selecting Arrange and send it to the front. Now we have another earring, so I'm going to select both, then copy and paste. And let's make one last earring. Over here I'm going to hit Copy, Paste, and on the left hand side select Shapes. Let's do a square again. This time, hit this little lock button to unlock it. We're going to make it into a line and then rotate it. I want to make a couple stripes for this earring, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to right click and hit copy and then paste. And then let's do that one more time, paste. Line those up. Now on the right hand side I want to select all 3 layers. You can hit your shift button, hold that down while you're clicking to select those layers, and then let's weld them. So at the bottom we're going to weld these together. This will make it one layer. Now we're going to select our earring and the layer we just welded, and we're going to slice. Then remove the parts you don't want, right click, hit delete. And we need to change this to our color of our iron-on. Here we go. We don't want this one anymore, so we're going to hit delete. And then over here I'm going to copy an earring and paste. Move this layer to the front by clicking on arrange, send to front. And then select both, right click copy, and then paste. Now let's make our earrings. Click on Make It in the top right hand corner. Design Space will show you a preview of your mat. The first one is our foil iron-on. So we need to mirror iron-on, so we're going to click on Mirror. The next mat is our faux leather earrings. Click on Continue. We need to set the material, so we're going to go up here to Browse All Materials. In the search bar, type foil. Here's foil iron-on. Select it and then hit Done. And this will remind us, make sure mirror is turned on and iron-on material is face shiny side down. Let's load it onto our mat. Let's put the iron-on onto our mat. First, remove the protective sheet. Then make sure you open up your iron-on carefully. Now again, iron-on is opposite of vinyl because you load it onto the mat with the shiny side down, whereas vinyl would be right side up. I like to put a little bit on my mat, line it up, and then roll it down. Make sure to securely press it on so you get a really clean cut. You'll be using the fine tip blade to cut out the iron-on, so make sure you have your fine tip blade installed into your machine. This is what it looks like. Also make sure that your mat is firmly pressed up against the rollers before you hit the blinking load button. Then the C should start blinking and you're going to press that so that it can begin cutting out your foil iron-on. Once it's all done, hit the unload button and then you're going to remove it from the mat. I'm using my scissors to just cut out around the designs that were cut out. Now let's cut out our faux leather. Make sure you change the settings in Cricut Design Space to change it to faux leather from foil iron-on. Apply it to your mat. Again, make sure that your mat is firmly up against the rollers. Hit the load button and then cut it out. Okay, now it's time to remove the faux leather from the mat. Check out those gorgeous earrings you just cut out. They look so good. And then also remove the earrings from the mat because we're going to need to iron on them and also punch holes in them. So go ahead and carefully remove those from the mat. Okay, now let's keep prepping our iron on. I'm going to cut them into the individual earring pieces. And then I'm going to weed out all the pieces I don't want to go onto my earring. I actually really love weeding iron-on. It's not quite as delicate as vinyl, so it's not going to tear as easily as some vinyl does. And so it's just kind of fun. I enjoy iron-on materials far more than vinyl. Now for another fun part, you get to use the Easy Press Mini. There's a heat guide on Cricut.com you can look up to make sure you're using the right setting. This was just the 1 bar on the Easy Press Mini. And now I'm just going to get all of my foil iron-on lined up on my earrings, and then we're going to press them onto the earrings. Once they are all ironed on and they have cooled, because foil iron-on is a cool peel, you can carefully remove the liner from your earrings. Look how pretty they look. I love the foil iron-on. Now it's time to attach our earring hooks to our earrings. First, you're going to fold your earring in half and then use your hole punch to punch a small hole at the very top. You can either punch them on the pointy side of the teardrop or the rounded side. It's kind of a preference thing. Here I'm doing it on the round side. So you want to get it pretty close to the edge because your jump rings are only 6 millimeters. So make sure you're pretty close to the top up there. If you don't have a hole punch, you can also use a really sharp needle and poke through the top. You just want to make something that's going to make a hole through your faux leather that's big enough for the jump ring to fit through. So open up your jump rings, and then you're going to want to use your pliers to open them. So this is actually a lot easier step if you have 2 pairs of pliers, which I actually do, but I could not find my other set of pliers. So I was just using 1 in my hand, but I highly recommend 2 for this step. They usually come, I think, in packs of 2. But yeah, it's much easier to use 2 pliers. You already see I'm using my hand. You can use 2 pliers to get the jump rings open, and then you're going to put the jump ring through the top of your earring, and then you're going to put your earring through the top of the jump ring. So I finally got my jump ring open. Sometimes they can be tricky little things. And now I'm slipping the open side through the hole I just made at the top of my earring. So make sure you get it through both sides. And now I want to put my earring hook, I'm not going to close it yet because I want to put my earring hook in the jump ring and then I'll close it. So I'm opening up my earring hooks and then I'm going to put them through that open jump ring. So now I have my earring hook, I'm putting it into the jump ring, and now I'm using the pliers to squeeze that jump ring closed. And now I should have a pretty little dangly earring. And now that one is all done, and do the same thing with the other earring and then all the rest of your earrings. I hope you had fun today learning to make these cute earrings. I'd love to see your project. You can connect with me on social media at everydayjenny or my website everydayjenny.com.